So, battle, the seen and the unseen, right? The battle is mental, it's not physical. So, how do you how do you separate the mind from the body? All right, the two things that exist that creates that one. How do you separate the mind from the body? If I was to do it, this is what I would do. Being that I know nature and the energy that nature is, I have to come up with a very, how to put it, boy, it doesn't have to be sophisticated. It has to be more of a copy. So, a more of an original copy, if something like that exists, an original copy. Right? I have to come up with an original copy. Right? It's original because it belongs to me. Right? So, say I am society, I have to come up with that copy. And that copy belongs to me. So now I could actually copyright it. Right? I could put a pattern on it and nobody else could actually do it or take it. But now, if it was in its natural state, you can't put a pattern on anything that's natural. You can't copyright anything that's natural because it doesn't belong to us. It is nature. Right? This is the rules. I just repeating the rules. But if I was to do it, that's how I would do it. Because now I put a system in place. Right? Knowing that we are energy and how energy flows through nature, I could step in now and manipulate that energy. It's like I'm doing electrical work, right? I can manipulate that energy. And how I manipulate the energy is by taking the energy that nature is, making a copy of it, and manipulating it in the sense of me creating a society that's supposed to be natural, but instead of allowing that society to function as the energy that it is, I put a system in place where society has to function back. And I ain't talking about, no, I ain't talking from day one. As I always say, who is that guy saying now on the right hand saying, hey, and God said, right? Who was that guy writing that shit down and God said? But anyway, that's how I would do it. So my way of implementing something like that would be a system of me teaching everyone that comes into society. So basically any energy that enters society per se has to function or has to learn how to function in society to be a part of society. If not, yo, they got places for you. So, and how that is done is through what? Through language. It is through words, it is through letters. Right? Due to the fact that the energy that I know the so-called human race is, I use that energy to transform them. But that same energy comes with a meaning, right? And this is what society is going to go by. Society is going to go by the meaning of the energy, right? So this means the energy that I'm talking about is the words. So the word, when you look at a word or you use a word, you can use it in so many different ways. It doesn't really matter. So it doesn't really have a true meaning unless you give it, right? But now ask yourself, what is the energy of the word? Because this is what we are. We are energy, right? And you hear a lot of people talk about energy, but break down energy to us. Break it down. Because if you break down energy to us, then when we look at things, we could be more aware of what it is we're looking at, right? When we look at words, right? When we look at names, when we look at signs and all these things, we could be more aware of what it is we're looking at, because now we're looking at it for the energy that it is.